This is an experiment in makeup for an experience in imagination and terror. We should like to present a design for a film of Pierre Boulle's finest book since Bridge on the River Kwai, his novel, Planet of the Apes. In this brief film, as in our intended picture, Charlton Heston plays the role of the astronaut Thomas, and Edward G. Robinson, Dr. Zaius. His name was Thomas. Together with two other astronauts, one of them a scientist, he left the Earth for an exploration of the star Betelgeuse, some 15 light years away. But something went awry, and they were forced to land on the nearest refuge, a planet which was unknown to Thomas. Their ship came down on an uninhabited and barren terrain. They tested the atmosphere, found it breathable, and set forth in their exploration vehicle. They found themselves entering a wooded section of the country. Suddenly, they were startled to see coming toward them a group of human beings, unclothed, unkempt, but human. In front was one of the most beautiful women Thomas had ever seen. The stillness of the jungle air was shattered by the unmistakable sound of aircraft motors. There, roaring toward the large clearing in the jungle, were several helicopters. In a moment, the air was full of screams and shouts of terror as hundreds of people poured out of the jungle in panic. The helicopters had located a tribe of human beings, and the armored cars were driving them out of the jungle. The men, women, and children were being mercilessly shot down by the guns of the hunters. Thomas's horror at this was nothing to the shock he received when he suddenly realized that the hunters were apes. Suddenly, he felt a hot, searing pain and passed out. When he recovered, he found himself caged as an animal in some kind of a huge hall, which also held other humans. Thomas finally came to understand that on this planet, the evolutionary process had somehow been reversed, for here apes were the intelligent beings, and man the animal, useful only for experiments in zoos. Held in a cage and filled with frustration, Thomas finally made his captors understand that he was different from the uncivilized human beings that inhabited their planet. Given an audience before a meeting of the chief scientists, he explained that he had come from Earth and was indeed a rational and reasoning human being. One day, Thomas was taken to the site of some archaeological excavations on which their scientists were working. One evening, shortly after his arrival, an incident occurred which was to begin a series of harrowing adventures on the planet of the apes.
Famous Monsters of Hollywood magazine names it Shock Award winner, the Monster of Piedras Blancas. The Monster of Piedras Blancas, the world's most shocking monster, stalks its unsuspecting prey. feasts its eyes on the next victim to writhe in its slimy arms. The screen's most nightmarish beast. A claw-fingered, scaly-skinned, half-human crustacean, turning a lonely lighthouse village into a frenzied bedlam of blood-curdling horror. Never have you known such cringing terror, such sudden shocks. A girl drawn by love to the forbidden cove of the sea monster, then trapped in a torment of unendurable suspense. In the screen monsterama of 1,000 incredible sights and frights. See the movie named the most brain-paralyzing shock story of them all, The Monster of Piedras Blancas.
My father's always mad about something. You know what he hates? He hates that Taco Bell dog. Every time it comes on, he freaks out. I'm just glad the little guy's getting work. There hasn't been a Mexican actor getting that much TV time since Eric Estrada landed on Chips. He says it makes it seem like all Mexicans want to do is go to Taco Bell. What does he want the dog to say? Yo quiero Taco Bell. But that's only one of the many interests that I have. I also enjoy bowling, and frozen yogurt is very good. He likes to see a well-rounded chihuahua. I don't sense a lot of the prejudice because, you know, I'm so white. Most people find out that I'm Hispanic, they react the same way. Like, wow, man, you don't seem Hispanic. They say it like it's an enormous compliment. You don't seem Hispanic, seriously, you look good. Nice work. You could almost pass for normal. I like it. I came close to getting a job hosting a nature show on PBS, and I didn't get it. You know what they told me? They decided they were looking for someone ethnic. And I told them, well, actually, I'm Hispanic. And they said, well, you know, you're not Hispanic enough. Not Hispanic enough to host a nature show on PBS. What were they looking for? Okay, check it out, that's a tiger, man. Julio Manolo, ven aquí, look at him. Look at what he's doing, man. Está comiendo. A mí me gusta mucho. He put that food in his mouth. And you still see prejudice, but it's subtle, you know? I was reading this article in the paper the other day, and they were talking about a small town in Texas, and they described the town as being overwhelmingly Hispanic. Overwhelmingly. Why don't they just say it's crawling with them? Overwhelming sounds like you're losing a war, you know?